Hello, we are live. Hello, guys. Can you hear us okay? Can you comment that you can hear us? Let's see. Let's hear your comments. Gonna mute myself. Let's have a look. Hello, guys. Can you hear us? Hey, Amy.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Amy? How's it going?
It is amazing and very hot in Florida.
Do you know what? You're so lucky. We want some summer weather in here, but there is no summer weather. As you
No,
know, London, rainy, and then 1 minute it's shiny, and then 1 minute it's like cloudy, and then 1 minute it's snowy. You just don't know. You have to like take out all your wardrobe with you the whole day.
What's your temperature there right now?
At the moment, it's like 11 degrees. It's terrible.
Celsius?
Oh no. Oh yeah, Celsius. I get
So
mixed up between Celsius and Fahrenheit, but yeah, it's Celsius.
Celsius. Okay. I think that's like 50 something Fahrenheit. We were like 90 Fahrenheit today, so it's
Gosh.
pretty warm.
So we've got people joining us. So who do we have here? Amin, how is it going, bro? The Old Time Radio, Lester Jones, big up, Spike Up, Speed Tech. We've got plenty of people joining us
Hey,
in the chat.
Tony.
Amazing. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So this is the first show that we decided to start, and we're inviting the one and only Amy Nicholas. We're going to give her the mic in a little bit so she can talk about, her experiences, her journey, her POD journey, and everything that she does that she's so brilliant at. But first, I'm giving you too many compliments, aren't I?
Yeah, you're building me up too much.
Here, listen, you deserve it. Very well deserved. But firstly, we're going to wait for a little bit just so some people start joining us. How many people do we have? 26 people. Come on, guys, do us a favor and start sharing this link so that many people can join us and benefit, because there's going to be so many things we're going to be talking about related to merch, POD in general, and some golden nuggets you guys are not going to hear anywhere else. We're not going to sell you anything. We're just going to drop bombs of knowledge, things that are going to benefit you guys. What do we have here? So guys, the reason why I wanted to start this show is because I get a lot of questions from so many people on YouTube, on Facebook, asking me various different things, and I get so many messages, private messages, and I just want to clear everything up, and I want to share with everybody all at once so that you all can benefit. I mean, imagine 100 or 200 people sending you messages every single day. I need to dedicate the whole day to just respond to those messages. So yeah, this is part of the reason why. And I want to invite a lot of successful people like Amy, the one and only, who can share great experiences with you. And it can get really hard and confusing at the start, but when you start getting used to it, it becomes easier and easier. So, and this is going to be for everybody, from all kind of levels, beginners, intermediate, advanced. We're going to talk at all levels. So the show is going to be about inviting successful merchants to share with us their experiences so that people at all levels can benefit. You'll be able to see different styles. You might not like my style or Amy's style, but somebody else, you might like their style or the way they work, and then you pick up the good and throw away the bad, and that's how it goes. Adapt your own style. That's ultimately, you don't want to copy anyone. You want to ultimately adapt your own style. And it's going to be all about giving you guys value, pretty much it. It's not going to be an auction show. It's going to be all about value, packed with information that you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. And looking to probably host it pretty much every Thursday around about 7 p.m. EST, even though it's like midnight here in the UK in London. But all for you guys. If we sacrifice something for you guys, I hope you guys appreciate it. And yeah, if anything changes, I'll let you guys know in the group or on YouTube here via the community tab and that kind of thing. But before we go ahead, guys, I know Amy is waiting to talk. She's waiting to drop those bombs of knowledge. But I want to introduce our giveaway. I'm currently doing a giveaway, which consists of the fantastic Font Bundle 3 from Font Bundles. I think it's usually around £210. I don't know how much it is in dollars. But it's got some amazing fonts. It's got some script fonts, some fantastic vintagey fonts. You will really benefit from it. And at the moment, it's like $14.99 or something like that pounds on Font Bundles, but we're doing it for free for you guys. It will be announced on my Facebook group, Merch by Amazon Ninjas. If you're not a member, go ahead right now and join it, because it is full of some great people that share great value. And the giveaway will expire on Sunday, the 16th of June, 2019. And the winner will be announced on my Merch by Amazon Ninjas Facebook show or group. So without further ado, let's welcome the one and only Amy Nicholas. How are you, Amy?
I'm doing great. How are you, Adnan?
Very good, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loving you here. Loving to have you here on the show.
Thank you for the special invitation to be the first guest going down in history.
Yeah.
I've been doing print on demand for a little over 3 years now. Just to give you a little backstory, I got accepted into merch August 2016, I think it was. But my journey started with Shopify and print on demand and Facebook ads. And I hired a couple of coaches, and I learned, e-commerce, marketing, ads, all that good stuff. And it was a good background, but I don't recommend people go that route. Like, start with merch. Yeah, it was, I wish looking back that had come along before, but, I just wasn't probably prepared for the opportunity. And if you guys think it's challenging to get into merch and get accepted right now, realize I had to wait 4 months to get accepted. So I don't know what it was like when you joined, but
it was very hard at first, to be honest. It took me like 3 months to get accepted. I started in June 2017, so like a year after you started. And I remember it was so tough. It was so tough in the beginning. Now they accept you within like 3 or 4 days. I mean, it's a walk in the park, isn't it?
Yeah.
A walk in the
now,
park.
If they don't give you some stupid reason to just not accept you, which a lot of people struggle with. And I get that question a lot. And I think there was a girl on my YouTube that watches, and I think it took her a couple times. I said, just keep reapplying like every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Wait, get a new email, do it again. And for whatever reason, might be the 10th time is a charm. And I think people give up. They just stop,
So just a quick question, on that note, a lot of people say to me, Adnan, I didn't get accepted the first time, second time, third time. What do I do? What do I keep doing? Personally, I say, look, keep applying with different kind of information and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, it's not a robot that accepts you or rejects you. It's a human being, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, maybe they'll see a different thing the next time around you apply. Mm-hmm. So what's the key nugget that you could give people? How can they get accepted? I know that there isn't a right or wrong way for a fact. Mm-hmm. If somebody says to you there's an accurate way, 100% definite guaranteed way that you could get accepted on Merch by Amazon, they are lying to you. They just want to steal your money. What do you think?
Well, I can just give my experience, and that was I shared my Shopify store link. I said I've been doing print on demand for, I think by that point I've been doing it, close to 4 or 5 months. And so I said I had a sales experience. I had actually sold a lot of these designs. I spent money on Facebook ads, kind of explained that I was a business person and I was serious about doing print on demand. And I think that's what got me accepted, because some people are just coming in, they have no experience. They don't really even know how to write that little box that says, why do you want to join, And I think if you express that you're serious, and maybe you're a beginner and you really don't have any experience, at least maybe go open an account on Redbubble or TeePublic, start throwing stuff up, and then you can be like, look, I have a little storefront over here. Check it out. I made a couple of sales. I can provide screenshots, whatever it might be that Amazon's looking for. I think the serious people is what they're looking for. But some people have said, look, I'm brand new, and they got accepted. So I don't know.
They get accepted, yeah. So
Yeah.
you really don't know. And you know, what's really fascinating that I couldn't get my head around it is some people are serious designers. They've got so much experience. You know, I've spoken to a lady from Morocco. She's got some amazing talent. She's got some fantastic illustrations. And if there was only one person to get accepted, it should be her, you know.
Yeah.
But she didn't get accepted. And there's people that are brand new, they have no idea about designing, and they get accepted. So you just don't know.
It's Amazon. But like you said too, you know, different people look at the application. So
yeah,
that's why it's good to do it on different days, maybe different
Yeah.
times.
But
You know,
also,
so you don't get the same person who's like, no, denied again.
oh, same person, no,
Yeah.
bye.
You're
But
out.
I do think that to maximize your chances of being accepted is to just be professional. You know, give them a backstory, tell them why they should accept you on Merch by Amazon. You know, why do you deserve it? That kind of thing. Show your professional experience if you do have any. If you don't have any professional experience, show them your, you know, social media sites. Say that you're going to hire a designer. Say, you know, at least show them that you're willing to put some real hard work and some great effort at it to, you know, that you're going to be successful, that kind of thing. Yeah, brilliant. So, yeah, if you want to elaborate on your kind of backstory, your background, I think
Yeah.
I've got you right there when you were talking about Merch by Amazon and being accepted.
No, it's okay. I was going to answer real quick. Sala asked about the bank information. You can keep putting the same bank info.
Okay.
Apparently they don't care about that. It's the email that has to be different
Is
every
it?
time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, hello, Jacqueline. How are you?
Jacqueline was the one I was talking about who just got into merch. Jacqueline, share in the comments if you can just how many times you applied and maybe what was the magic formula you think that got you, because a lot of people are still having trouble getting
That'd be
accepted.
awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Hey, Lance. Speed
Lance.
to you. Hello. I need to get familiar with all these guys and girls. To be honest with you, I'm so glad. I mean, a lot of people have joined us. This is awesome. This is amazing. I wasn't expecting it, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
And you've done some great job right there, Amy.
I got some tribe people following me around.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, in terms of your background, apart from, you know, POD, what were you doing before POD, and what got you kind of excited about POD and for you to get into POD, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so like in 2014, I was looking to make some extra side money. I was working a full-time job for an insurance company, and I was like, I just want to make some extra cash. And then so I started listening to podcasts and reading business books, and it started to open my eyes to the fact that there were people that were doing their businesses full-time, right? Not just a side gig. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to quit my job. And so I was looking kind of for something that would take me to that, you know, like a route.
Right.
And at the time I was really into videography, and I still am. I have like a lot of short video footage clips for sale online, different sites.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I made some money from it. But to make it like a full-time income, I was like, you know, I think I need something else. So I was following a guy, his YouTube is like Project Life Mastery. Stefan.
I know the
guy. You know Stefan.
Yeah,
okay.
Awesome. He's great.
So I was following him for like personal development stuff, and then he started talking about Kindle publishing, and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting, you know. So it was all about doing ebooks, but doing them like mass produced and having ghostwriters and all this sort of thing. And I bought his course, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. This is going to be my route, you know. And sure enough, 10 months later, I put in the work. I got together with a great mastermind group, and the doors just opened up, you know, and I was able to quit my job and do that. And I did ebooks for like another, I quit my job July 1st, 2015 was my first day as an entrepreneur. Wow. And so it's been almost 4 years. I switched over to print on demand about April-ish 2016 because of the pay structure was changing on KDP, and just all kinds of stuff was going on. I was like, I want to build my own brand, you know, do my own thing. So like I said, I got started with Shopify, and I had money saved up. I had investment that I could put into the business. But it was like a hard knocks kind of school to learn. But I still, those applications I learned through the trial and error stuff was very helpful for me when I got on merch, because I'm like, you know what? I got all these designs, tried to sell them with Facebook ads, no go.
Nope.
I'll throw them up on merch, see what happens, right? Well, sure enough, people were buying them, and I'm like, okay, so it wasn't the designs that sucked like I thought, I just didn't have it in front of a big enough audience. So yeah, I started merch, and then I kept doing Shopify for a while, but then I decided, like, several months later, I'm just going to focus on platforms. I'm going to do merch. I was doing CreateSpace at the time too, which is now KDP Print for journals. And I got on Etsy, TeePublic, Redbubble, Teespring, and I just started, building up the empire basically. So fast forward, like 3 years and some, here we are.
Awesome. But it just goes to show you that, if you believe in something and if you truly want something, you can achieve it. This is my motto in life. If you so want to achieve something, if you just think about what you want to achieve and highlight just within yourself, what are the steps that you're going to follow to achieve that thing, whatever it is you desire, you can achieve it. I said to myself, I had a really good job, working for a multinational company as a regional manager, and then before that, sales manager for a multinational company as well. But then I was like, this is not happiness. I have to overlook the management of a huge team. I have to, deliver the numbers, sales targets, all of that kind of thing. And it was just like daunting. Family sucked, family life sucked, all that kind of thing. I was like, I want to take control back, And I discussed that in my first video. I said, I need to do something for myself. And I did a few things before, lots of different things. But the reason why I didn't succeed is because, or didn't succeed fully 100%, I didn't commit to it, is because I didn't put in 100% effort into it. That is what I believe. But since I quit my job back in 2017, December, I was like, I'm going to give this 100%, and I'm going to do it. And here we are. I'm doing all right on merch. I've got a few other businesses online, got Shopify, got Etsy, a few other bits and pieces on POD stuff, TeePublic, yada, yada, yada. So really the key to take from this, and Amy testified now, that if you want to achieve something, you will achieve it if you put in the hard work into it, if you put in enough effort, and if you focus on that one thing, not like keep juggling different things all at once. Yes, you can juggle different things when you have one or two things working already, and you have processes already laid out, how they work and stuff like that. Maybe if you have a couple of VAs running them for you. But if you think you're going to put your hat on this and your hat on that and your hand on there, it's never going to work.
Yep.
So that's awesome. So people out there that want to take back control and start an online business or whatever it is they want in life, just believe in yourself, believe in it, and do it. Don't hesitate. Don't listen to the negative voices in your head and from other people, family members, friends. Oh, you're never going to be successful, blah, blah, blah. Because you'll always encounter those people. They want to bring you down because they are down, right? Yeah.
And you have to kind of like act as if, like I remember just doing print on demand and thinking, man, I feel like I've been working at this for a while. I feel like it should be further ahead, kind of getting down a little bit. And I learned you just got to speak what you seek. If you're talking about low sales, low times, hard, you're just going to get more of it.
Exactly. So when you're positive, I don't know if you know about the law of attraction.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, of course. When you think and feel positive, all positive things come to you. If you feel negative, all the negativity in the world will be drawn to you. So at the end of the day, when you feel down, what do? What I do personally is I just say, it is what it is. Today is a bad day. Who cares? Tomorrow is a better day. Or tomorrow is going to be a better day. And truly believe that it's going to be better and don't think about today, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we go into tomorrow, yesterday is already gone. So think about what you're going to do better the next day to, you know, be successful and get better at things.
Mm-hmm. I think too, people like thank you guys for watching and commenting and stuff. Realize some people are focused on the wrong things, like asking questions about, you know, the best niches on merch or the best keywords. It's not so much about the how-to, it's about your mindset. And, you know, I can tell we're on the same wavelength with this because all the things you said, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly true.
Yeah,
You have to focus on that.
absolutely. You know, people ask me, yeah, like you said, about what niche can I get into? I'm like, guys, listen, I'm not going to give you what niche you're going to get into, because the next day you're going to ask me what 2 niches can I get into, and the third day, give me your whole account. Listen, what I'm going to teach you is how to find those niches. Watch my videos. You can ask me on Facebook groups, not a problem, I'll answer. But you need to learn for yourself how to do it, how to find those niches. Find your own process. Don't ask for niches, because you're not going to learn how to find those niches yourself. If I die the next day, right, who's going to give you those niches? So think, you know, just be smart about it, right?
Yeah.
I had to spend hours, days, months, weeks not sleeping, right, on the computer, studying things, trying different things, changing prices, changing keywords, learning how to do this, learning how to do that. If you think you're going to solve all your problems by getting 2 niches from somebody, then you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, that's not the magic formula.
It's not a magic formula. It's different factors, right? Different elements, different aspects. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. When you put them all together, that's when it works. And you know when it starts working, when you start getting better numbers, you start, you know, converting well. So the amount of t-shirts or products that you're uploading are converting, selling better. And, you know, they're not dropping quickly, that kind of thing.
And I
And you
think,
can't,
oh, sorry,
yeah, go
go
on.
ahead.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, for people that are stuck in a lower tier, I don't even say stuck, for people that have achieved a lower tier, and you're like, what do I do now? You know, keep producing designs if you can, whether you're doing them yourself or hiring a designer, and then just make sure you're uploading somewhere at all times. My next recommendation would be KDP Print, Redbubble, and Etsy probably, but Etsy's a bit of a learning curve. So, but just be uploading like constantly. Don't be like, okay, I got my slots full of merch, I'm just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs. You know, just stay busy. Keep at it. Like eat, sleep, and breathe print on demand, basically.
Totally. And, you know, unfortunately, some people are just not committed to that extent. They think that it's a walk in park. You know, they think that it's, yeah, it can be a part-time job, but if you truly want to be successful at it, you need to put in some real hard graft. You know, you need to put in some serious hours, and you will be successful. So if you think that you're not getting the numbers that you want, assess, monitor, look at what you're doing wrong, you know, analyze, and keep a journal, you know, write things down, and take a systematic approach to everything that you do. If you just, you know, here, there, and everywhere, you're not going to find out what the problem is. And if you don't find out what the problem is, you're not going to know how to fix that problem, you see. So my advice for anybody who's in the lower tiers is, firstly, well, get into trends, because trends can make you some crazy money. Buy your t-shirts. Simple. For people that can't buy their t-shirts, you know, you can send them to a charity in America. I mean, what else? Things that are actionable today that somebody can apply now, today, tomorrow. What would you advise them to get out of the lower tiers, Amy?
I didn't used to believe this because I wanted to make profit, but I'd say, you know, pricing where you're making like $0 or 1 penny.
Absolutely.
Just get out of the just get out of that 10-25 area, but start to build the skills, you know, as you go from 25 to 100, and make sure you're not just looking for shortcuts, but you're looking for strategies that work. If you sell one shirt, you know, look at that shirt in detail and say, okay, why do I think this shirt's sold? You know,
Yeah.
is it talking to a specific person? Is it a niche I need to make more of? Yes. Is there like a way I can take that phrase and maybe make other phrases for other niches with it? Just try to super analyze why your stuff is winning.
Yeah.
And I know in the beginning you're gonna be like, I'm hardly selling anything. I don't have anything
Mhm.
winning really. But you have to narrow in on that, you know, 80-20, the 80% that's bringing in something
Yeah.
for you. That
Yeah,
would be my
totally.
advice.
100%. And if you can afford AMS, then definitely try AMS
Yes,
because it bloody works, right?
it definitely does. And I know like my philosophy on AMS is kind of like putting ads on stuff that has sold organically first.
Mhm.
But if you're in a lower tier, of course that, you know, you might have like 2 products that have sold. So of course put it on those, but then test your next best ones and don't spend more than like $1 testing. Because personally, like my own
Yeah.
ads, they win within the first like $1.50 or they never win.
Yeah, totally. Let's see if anybody has got any questions. Uh, what's your advice for someone who find a really cool idea for t-shirt design that is going to sell for sure, but the keywords to find, let's have a look. But the keywords to find that t-shirt are not used by users.
Oh, like they came up with something completely original, maybe?
Hmm.
You still have to probably title it like somebody's gonna search for it without knowing what your shirt says, maybe. It's kind of what I think.
What I would say is, I would say type the main niche on Amazon and see what comes up, what keywords you're getting from there, and just type the first or the main keyword on Amazon and see on Amazon search box and see what kind of search terms you're getting from the autocomplete feature. Think that could work, or just type it on Google and see what Google says about it, and
Mhm.
just try and do different things. Use Google Planner. There's lots of different ways. You know, you're not the first person that has thought of that niche or that keyword. You know, a million other people have thought about it already. It may
Mhm.
not have the volume, but there definitely is keywords there. You just need to try and find them.
Yeah.
We've got what's your daily workflow, Amy?
Getting up early because when I wake up at like 5 a.m., I make more money every week.
Awesome.
So I've been doing 5 a.m. every day this week.
Wow.
I read like first thing, meditate, read, and I don't do any like work right away. I just kind of calmly like go into the day. I play with my dogs a little bit, and then I write out like on my notebook, like you were saying, like journal. I write out like gratitudes and things
Brilliant.
that I want to accomplish for the day. And
Here's my notebook.
you got one too? Yep. Easy enough.
Easy enough, right?
And then, you know, I try to not make like a big checklist. I just put things that I believe will be the most effective. You know, it's
Yeah.
not about working hard, it's about being effective. And I just, you know, start right away and I work for maybe like 90 minutes to 2 hours, take a break, go walk my dogs, you know, come back, get cleaned up, go back at it. Or some days I'll go to the gym right after because I like to walk and then go lift weights. And then, yeah, just kind of take like little breaks throughout the day and do some work, take a break, do some work, take a break.
Because it helps you with consistency. It helps you with, you know, continuing to work, not kind of get burnt out. And,
Yeah.
you know, you mentioned working out. It's so amazing because it gives you those endorphins that give you
Hmm.
that, you know, feel happy kind of feeling. So 100%.
And then you live somewhere and the weather's nice. It's, you know, it's nice to go outside.
My
Not to
God,
rub it in, but
something we don't have here. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm definitely upset now.
yeah.
I'm joking. um, what's I mean, as we know, we're getting closer and closer to Q4. What's your strategy for Q4, and what are your plans for Q4?
Well, with merch, I'm currently at the 8K tier and I want to be at the 20K tier. I'm really holding on to a belief that once you hit 10K tier and you have 10K sales that you automatically get bumped to 20.
I
I'm
think
just
you
gonna
do.
believe that. I'm just gonna believe that.
I think you do. I'm not sure whether you only have 10K or not. When I got bumped from 10 to 20, I had already over 30K sales. So I'm
Oh
not
wow.
sure. I'm not sure, to
Okay.
be honest.
I've
Yeah.
heard rumors, you know, I'm just like, I'm just gonna, it's gonna be my route, you know.
I think now it's easy for them to do that because you've got the multi-upload, you've got the pop sockets joining the multi-upload as well, and it's so easy to fill your slots now.
Mhm.
Like, believe it or not, I can do 1,000 designs in a day, not every single day, of course, but if I have designs ready,
Mhm.
all it takes is 100 designs. If you think about it, right?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all
it's
it
so
takes.
easy.
So easy. And if you use Merch Informa Lista, it is so easy. I mean, I can do 1,000 designs a day. I've showed it a couple of times on Facebook, but on average, when I'm lazy, I can do 300, 400. It's so easy.
Lazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
On that note, if you guys don't have Merch Informa or Merch Informa Lista, that you guys are leaving a lot of money on the table. If you want to save some money, I've got a link. I'm going to put it down in description, and you have a code Addie. I think it's Addie. Anyway, it's in the description. It will save you 20%. And at the moment, they're doing $89 for a whole year instead of $599 for the top tier of the for the top subscription, which is normally $599, isn't it?
No, it's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
amazing. I kick
it's
myself for not
crazy.
getting it sooner.
Yeah, I know.
I was really late to the Merch Informer gang, you know, and I'm like, Amy, what are you doing?
I got it literally as soon as I started, and it really, really helps. It really helps because, and back then, they didn't have the Lista, they didn't have the trademark check, they didn't have all these fancy schmancy modules. Before then, it was just like the Merch Hunter and the keyword module, that kind of thing. But it
Mhm.
still helped.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a
definitely.
disclaimer. We don't copy designs from Merch Informer. We get inspiration from them, right? And we
Yep.
search those topics and we come up with different concepts in those topics. Just like, looking at the dogs niche and seeing what people are doing in dogs niche, or in the cars niche, what people are doing in the cars niche. And then you kind of assess the competition and see what you can bring into the table. But we're not saying, pick that shirt, modify it slightly, and upload it. That is totally wrong. You're never going to be
Mhm.
successful doing that. So before you guys shoot me, I'm shooting back at you.
Good.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying?
I forget what I was saying.
We're talking about Q4.
Oh, Q4, sorry. So yeah, tearing up with merch heavily. I'm very much narrowing my focus right now because I realized the last couple of Q4s, I was like, okay, let's be on everything and let's just go hard. But the problem is your attention is all over the place and
Yes.
your focus is very limited. So my VA, pretty much she's handling about 95% of KDP print for me. Designers send the work, I approve it, but she does all the other stuff after that. So I can keep that one going heavily. I'm heavily focused myself on merch. She's also doing uploads for TeePublic and Redbubble for me right now. And we're figuring things out with Etsy, what I want to do. Kind of got to get a strategy there. But yeah, I mean, just super narrow focus on merch and KDP. And also like time spent on uploads and time spent on ads, because I think both are very important.
So since you mentioned ads, what's your ad strategy for merch and KDP? And let's focus it more on merch at the moment.
Yeah,
There's a
because
lot
it's
of people
kind
that
of,
are here. Yeah,
they're
go.
different. Yeah. Merch, like I said, I do ads on stuff that's already sold. I have tested some trending type things to see, okay, if I put an ad, is it going to sell? I'm not willing to spend a lot of money on those testers, though. I'd rather see them make an organic sale.
Yeah.
And just, auto bids for the most part. I just have a couple of manuals running because it's very time consuming to run those. And it's not necessarily, your profit margins might be higher, but it's like, how much time do you want to put into them?
Yeah.
I will say that I've kind of found a way with AMS to just go in there daily to check how much is spending. And then every couple days, I'm just like killing scaling, up in the bids, you know, just figuring out, okay, why isn't this delivering? Kill it. Maybe I restart it. Just sort of a little bit of maintenance, you know.
That is tiring.
But just a couple days a week. Like not every day I'm doing that.
I used to do AMS a long time ago. You know, before they shut it down completely and then let us back in.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was going quite heavy on AMS. I was successful. You know, I thought I hacked it back then. Only when, you know, things were going smoothly, they shut it down. And I was like, do you know what? I don't know whether AMS is going to come back or not. I need to learn a different way. I need to rely on organic traffic, right? Because there's no other way. You can't do Facebook ads because you don't have a pixel. You know, Amazon are very, you know, private with how they keep their information. They're never going to give you anything useful in terms of tracking or anything like that. So I was like, I need to learn how to get, you know, organic traffic, suck it from the algorithm. And since then I've been selling just without AMS, and I never bothered to look back into it.
Wow.
Trust me, never bothered to look back into it. I may do, but having at the moment I've got like 17,000 live.
Wow.
I'm not gonna go into AMS. My strategy at the moment is just put out designs. You know, I want to tier up maybe in the next month or so.
Wow.
I have lots of, you know, ideas, lots of concepts that I want to bring into my designs and just, you know, smash the uploads. And before you know it, I don't know what the next tier after 30K is. It 40K, isn't it?
I don't know anybody beyond that other than one person at 100K. I don't know what the middle is. No clue.
Yeah, so that's the idea. And I think since we're talking about what do you call it, Q4, I think the best thing to do is for you guys to upload, have as many uploads as possible, and just keep smashing it, keep tearing up, keep doing whatever you can do to tear up before Q4, and most importantly before, say, August, September, because it starts kicking in around about September, doesn't it? September, October. And if you have, the more uploads you have, trust me, the more profit you'll see, the more sales you'll see, because it goes crazy. Last year, I could not believe myself, you know, going from making, you know, a few thousand to making some crazy amount I never thought I could make. And the potential is there. And I'm just telling you guys, the potential is there. You just need to take it. And, you know, only the you know, the strong will survive, you know. It's a jungle out there, man. It's a jungle. It's a jungle out there, isn't it?
Like going off of that too, that if you keep doing the same things you've always done, it's only going to get you to where you are now. Totally. So if you are not happy with where you are now, or you feel like you're backsliding, you got to take different actions. It seems like really common sense, but I've caught myself in that trap too. Just like, oh, I'm just gonna do my thing, do my uploads, you know, every day, same old thing. I'm like, no, you gotta like find people ahead of you. You gotta get inspired. You gotta test things.
Yeah.
Keep touching your account, you know.
Yeah.
I think all of that is important.
You know, that this saying has always stuck with me. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So if you believe that you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, you know, working at your merch account 1 hour, taking 5 hours break, then come back for half an hour and thinking merch is hating you, you know, you're not making any money, you know, everybody's lying, they're just lying about their numbers, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to carry on being where you are. And the more competitive the merch environment gets, the worse you're going to be, mate, because you want to be moving with the times. You want to be moving with the competition because it's getting fiercer and fiercer and fiercer. I
have a question for you.
Go on.
Actually, when you see a lot of people doing something and, you know, everybody's kind of rushing after it, like zig versus zag, how do you separate yourself from the crowd yet bring in sales at the same time? You know what I mean? Something's hot over here and everybody's like, oh, like what are you doing over there?
Sure. So, you know, you get a lot of people looking at Merch Informer, for example, or looking at Amazon. Something is going crazy. Like, for example, I'll give an example. Father,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Firstly, that is copyright. A lot of people have done it and they got dang bad, right? So what do? You have two options, right? But a lot of people have done so well with it, right? But they got either their accounts terminated or got some bad rejections, and maybe they're still alive. So it's a no-no. I said to myself, I'm not going to do it. It's copyright, man. I don't
Right.
care if somebody is making so much money or if the BSI is 4K. I don't care about that because that's short gain. You want to think about the long term, right? So I think, what can I do with that concept? I'm going to do something about Father's Day, that mentions father depicts it in a different way, right? And just look at a different concept, something that nobody has done, or a concept that has worked so well with another niche, but they have not applied it to the father niche.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do. But you have to think outside the box, right? You're still going to sell in the father's niche. You're still going to sell in the Father's Day niche, but you're still going to sell.
That's a really good point too, about that niche, but like, how can you take it to a different niche?
Yeah, and it's very simple. The simple fact is, you can cross niche or you can sub niche. That's it, really. If you apply these two concepts in your workflow, you will be a bit unique, Just look at what everybody else is doing, right?
Yeah.
And pick a concept that's doing so well somewhere else, or bring your own concept and merge the two. You're not copying anyone, because nobody has done a father and a capybara, a father riding a capybara, for example. I could go in right now and make some sales if I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody has done it. I bet you nobody has done it. Or father climbing the moon, or going as an astronaut to the moon. I'm just giving you wild examples as they come to my mind. Just bring in different examples, different concepts that nobody else has done, and that's the only way you're going to be successful and unique. If you keep, trying to share that market share with everybody else, you're not going to be able to, because it's a tiny little bit. You want to get a big slice of the cake or the whole cake. Why not?
And on the point about like the niche, but the other niche, one of my best sellers on Shopify, doing the Facebook ads and stuff, was taking a very popular quote and changing one word to make it for another niche.
Yeah.
And people freaking loved it. And I was like, I can't believe this isn't already out there, but I'm going to take advantage of that.
Because what you'll find, speaking of those quotes, so for example, just a girl who loves, that's a massive niche, right? You can apply it to so many different niches, right? All you got to do is slap an illustration with some words that say just a girl who loves, dogs, or loves Dobermans or something like that, right? It's simple stuff. But you only get to know it when you start doing things and you start analyzing things, analyzing what you do, what other people are doing. But you're not going to get this experience by asking somebody for a niche or two niches.
And I think just having like time to sit and think. Most people are like, no, give me the magic pill.
There's no magic pill. And you know what? The thing is, this keeps changing, and you have to adapt with it, how it changes. If you don't adapt with it, you're going to be stuck in, the old days. And I know a few people that were successful in 2017, but now they're selling, 10 a week instead of, 100 a day. And they keep blaming the algorithm, or blaming Amazon or competition or foreigners getting into it, blah, blah, blah. People from...
How dare you, UK?
I know, right? Well, we have Amazon in the UK. But do you know what I mean? There's nobody to blame. You blame yourself because you're not moving with the times. And if you move with the times, you're going to take... That's business for you, right? Where is Nokia? Do you remember Nokia?
Yes.
They were the giants in mobile telephony, right? Apple came and snipped the whole thing.
Meanwhile, they just tried to keep doing the same thing.
Same thing, exactly. You got to bring in something different. Let's have a look. Let's see what other
people. Detour Shirts had asked about what we thought with the 365-day removal time.
What do you think, Amy?
I think it's awesome. And I'll tell you why, because, okay, think about it this way. Like, a lot of people will say, oh, your shirt's been up for 3, 4, 5 months. If it didn't sell, it's not going to sell. Well, some shirts are only going to sell one time a year, holidays, events.
Yeah.
So, like, say you were late to the game. Like, say you wanted to upload to Earth Day.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm uploading my shirts in, I don't know. I think the Earth Day's in April. If you upload it in March, maybe you were just too late, So you're like, okay, darn, I missed it. But comes around full circle again next year and your shirt's still up. Maybe you go in and tweak a keyword, change your title, change your price, whatever. Boom, you get re-indexed and all of a sudden you make a sale. So for that reason, I think it's really cool because I remember putting up a ton of Christmas stuff and then this was before I think even it was like before the 180 days. It was like the 3 months or whatever. And then you're like, oh, there goes those shirts come March or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm along the same lines as you. However, I do think that it's going to get a little bit more crowded now that shirts are not, taken down after 6 months. I think it's going to hurt more evergreen designs. It's not going to hurt trends, to be honest, that much.
Yeah.
Evergreen designs will take a hit because there's going to be a lot more competition in those niches. But hey, at the end of the day, I think most people that are in lower tiers are going to get hurt because they don't have the slots, the capacity to put more designs up and things like that. People that are in higher tiers will be at a slight advantage, I think, because it doesn't really matter. They're just going to keep uploading, and once they reach their limit, they're going to tier up, and then they have a lot of their designs up already, so they're not going to worry about re-uploading those designs that come down. Because I don't know if you guys know, I wish I could. So now I have 17,000 designs. I wish I could, sell 17,000 designs that I upload, but I sell like 20% of them. Those that come down, I have to re-upload. So from 17,000, do the maths, you'll have probably about 4,000 left. So you're back to square one. So you have to upload again. For me, that's a bit of a benefit, right? So I don't have to go back and upload them after 6 months. I can just carry on uploading, hoping that they're going to sell. So I think, there's a bit of a positive and a bit of a negative there. But the way I approach things is I just say it is what it is. I don't have control over that decision, and hopefully it's going to be for the better.
Yeah, I think so. There was another question. Rita was asking, if I make 10 sales in one shirt, then edit the design, the shirt will keep the same rank for make more sales. You can't change the design. You could edit the listing, but your rank will stay the same if you edit the listing. It's updating hourly. Realize that, Rita.
Yeah. Somebody says, what's that? Low scene, Dawood, any advice for beginners tier 10, 25, 100? We spoke about that already. So if you go back and watch the live, it will be there, mate. We're not going to repeat what we just said. Sorry. I can be brutal sometimes, but, just for the sake of saving time.
Right.
Let's have a look. If you can clock a question, let me know. I'm just going to look at a couple of things that I have already written.
Old Time Radio is asking for both of us, what is your percentage breakdown between trends, holidays, and evergreens? I don't have a percentage breakdown.
Yeah.
But mostly evergreens, unless, like you were saying, if you hit upon a trend, you hit upon a holiday, all of a sudden that makes your whole month. Your evergreens are out the window, basically, because you're so much more sales from your winners than from all those evergreens. You can make 2/3 of your income that month from a winner. So
yeah, personally, I focus more on evergreens because I think it makes more business sense to focus on evergreens because they're going to sell all year round. However, you could focus on trends as well, but make them, in terms of their design, make them an evergreen kind of design. So target the trend, but also the evergreen niche, because those trends, in the way that you design them. So, for example, if it's an Easter shirt, don't put Easter there. You know, you could do a bunny with something, whatever, and it could sell all year round. In the keywords, don't just focus it on the Easter holiday, but focus it on the niche itself. And I think you could turn it from a trend to an evergreen shirt. If you go into a trend, then, you know, go in knowing exactly what you're going to do, because there's going to be a lot of people spending so much money on AMS ads, and you're going to be nowhere, and you have to get in early. But in terms of percentage or breakdown, I don't keep track of that. I think, you know, some people overcomplicate it. I don't know if you noticed that, Amy. They start.
I used to be one of those people.
You know, they start capturing data that doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. So, for example, for me, it doesn't matter how many shirts I have for evergreens or how many shirts. As long as they sell, they sell. If they don't sell, they don't sell. You know.
Right. You're not analyzing all your losers, like, why didn't this sell?
No. And, you know, one of the worst enemies for many people, especially starting out, is they start analyzing their losers too much, more so than their winners, and they start going down in this you know, depression spiral. Why is everybody hating me? They're not buying my designs. Don't think about it. Think about why that shirt sold. Do more of the same. Change it up a little bit. Attack it from a different angle, and get more sales. But if you start being too emotional, I would say, about your losers, then you're not going to benefit at all. Do you know what I mean?
Eric Rosnerd asked, how would you approach a holiday like Christmas with a brand new design? I think it's actually pretty easy, Eric. If you look at what's already working for you, evergreen wise, turn those into Christmas, add the Christmas element, and you're a lot closer to the sale than you think. Because you know that niche, you know what's already working. Versus somebody just like, I'm gonna make a snowman design, you know?
Yeah.
Santa hat, like, I mean, you don't know.
Get in before everybody else. Get in before everybody else, because, you know, if you're smart, you're gonna start designing for Christmas probably from now, because it's 365 days rule now.
Yeah.
Your shirts are not gonna come down.
Is that gonna change your workflow? You're gonna be like way ahead now?
Totally. You know, because now you've got 365 days. Come on, I'll probably start designing, I don't know, 6-7 months ahead. But I need to figure out whether the ranking of the shirts gets affected, whether you upload before the trend by so many months or closer to the trend. That I need to do some more testing. I think I know roughly how it all works, but, you know, it needs a bit more testing to figure out, because it depends on the time of the year and on different holidays as well. I don't have a definitive answer, so I can't really share it. Do you agree that it all depends on different times of the year? And so say you upload something 6 months ago versus you upload something a month ago before the trend, right?
Yeah. I remember doing Valentine's Day this year and making some sales close to the date when I had uploaded what I considered late, you know, like a month out. And not making sales on the stuff I had uploaded 2-3 months ago. So yeah, I think it does depend on what you're doing.
So if there was one tip I could give to people, is upload stuff early and leave another portion of your designs and upload them a little bit late, and see how it works out, and test out that way.
That's kind of like what I want to start testing too, instead of just throw everything up all at once, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So we spoke a lot about positive mindset and things like that. The time is getting close. Damn, son. What's your strategy to find low competitive t-shirts? Somebody asked on my Merch by Amazon Ninja show, what's your strategy to find low competitive t-shirts, and how do you find inspiration?
We use a couple of tools, like, and I say we, I mean my VAs and and I got a team of VAs and designers. Some do research, some do uploads. We use Amazon itself, DS Amazon Quick View extension, so we can easily see the BSR. We use AMZ Suggestion Expander.
That's
for
awesome.
Chrome. That will give you keyword ideas front and back of what you type. So if you type like nurse shirt, maybe in front of nurse, it's women's. After nurse shirt might say for retirement or something, you know. So that alone can give you ideas for niches, because you might be like, oh, I never even thought somebody would be looking for that kind of shirt and then want it for this occasion. We use Merch Informer for just, we kind of go about it in a different way. We use it for, like you said, like inspiration. We're not necessarily using Merch Informer to grab our research direct from there. I still like to get niche ideas from there and then kind of look on Amazon and kind of dig a little deeper. Yeah. And I'm starting to get more broadening with like if I see something selling, but maybe it's not a super great rank, you know, like 1 million or plus. I'm like, okay, but it sold at some point, you know, it's not super recent, but maybe it's a consistent seller. So we're looking at stuff like that now too.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. It's pretty much what I use. I use Merch Informer quite a lot because I think it's easy to find inspiration, to get that initial idea, you know, because sometimes you think, what shall I research today? It can be a bit daunting. So when you open that Merch Informer, it gives you lots of different ideas, gives you that route where you can start from. Then you type that keyword, then I usually always go back to Amazon and do my research there. I just get the idea, the initial idea from Merch Informer, and then I go to Amazon and check what's out there. I think that's the best way.
And you can
that works for me at least.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, go back in time and look at the stuff you've already sold and try to see, okay, is there other ways I can go about this? Maybe you get some fresh perspective on a quote you already did, sold, and then it stopped selling. How can you maybe change it up again to start something new?
Totally. And on that note, you know, most people look outside the box too much. Just look at things close to home, like your already bestsellers, right? Look at the bestsellers, check the competition there, see what they have not come up with, what you could come up with, and add in some more fresh designs, some new perspective. And because I think what I've noticed is a lot of people that are passionate about a certain niche, they buy a t-shirt, say from your brand or from another brand. Maybe they come back another month or 2 months and they want to buy something new. But if they see the same t-shirts come up, they're going to be like, I'll go somewhere else, Etsy or Redbubble, whatever. But if there's something new there, they'll you know, be encouraged to buy. Don't know what you think about that.
I definitely see way more people buying t-shirts than I ever would have thought. Buy a lot of t-shirts, like look at Christmas, guys. I mean,
so I think my challenge this time around Christmas is pick the wildest idea that you would never, ever, ever buy yourself or anyone that you know, and slap it on a t-shirt and put it out there and see what happens.
I mean, honestly, you got to be willing to test. Like, people are like, I don't know, just do it. Within the confines of policy, and don't put anything trademarked.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. Let's have a look. How do you upload huge numbers to your account?
Merch Lister from Merch Informer.
From Merch Informer, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have a Google Sheet that my VA does our titles and brands within that Google Sheet for me. So, like, if I get a batch of designs done today, she's working on it while I'm sleeping, making the titles and stuff. So then the next day, I just go get the designs, start my uploads. I have a nice little system going now. I've got like the merchresize.com.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I've got like my around 10 tabs open for uploading the merch. Got the listers, got my profile saved, and then I'm just resizing the image one by one as I go along for pop sockets, because not every design looks good on a pop socket.
Yeah, what I do is, like you said, I've got that merchresize.com. It's awesome. Let's say I open 10 tabs, right? I've designed 10 designs, or I've got them already ready. Now with one design, you could have 9 uploads, right? But you need You need the pop socket version and you need the hoodies version. So you go to merge resize, you put it on pop sockets, and then you put it on hoodies. Now you've got 11 designs, right? That you could upload. So 10 tabs, I go one by one. So the first tab, I upload the normal design, and then I upload the hoodie. I haven't tested out the pop socket yet. And then I go to the next tab. While it's uploading, I'm going to the next tab, then the next tab, then the next tab, boom, 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 until I get to the end. By the time I come back to the first one, it's already loaded. So all I do is I go Alt-click, Alt-Z, whatever shortcut you've got on Merge Lister. And then I use this trick, guys. It's going to help you. It's really awesome. Let me just check what it is. Yeah, Control-Tab. So when you press Control-Tab, I don't know how it works on Windows. I've got a Mac. You press Control-Tab, it takes you from the first tab to the second, and to the third, and to the fourth. So I go Control-Tab, and then Control-Z or whatever shortcut, and then boom, 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 boom. Literally, it takes, I kid you not, maybe 40 seconds to upload to all of those tabs. So 10 tabs, how many designs can that give you? 100 designs. So if you've got the keywords ready, if you've got the designs ready, it can be that quick.
Agreed. And especially if it's the same niche, because then I'm not like bouncing around looking at, okay, which profile do I want to use for this colors, you know? If I do all one niche at a time, it's like, okay, it's all going to be under this one profile because the colors are similar in that niche.
Yeah.
You know, like switching from, you know, colors that are for like women, young girls, and then going to like dark men's shirts, you know, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so now we're talking about design for the same niche, you know. If you got your keywords ready for the same niche, same colors and all of that, always try and group them together and then move on to the next, then move on to the next. It works the best. Pricing strategy we've covered, right? So you started lowering down your prices.
Yeah, I'm becoming more flexible. I miss you know, the $4 or $5 a sale, but I'm willing to test everything. It's all about 20K, road to 20K tier. That's what I want.
100%. And how do you stay productive? You take a few breaks here and there. You keep your mindset.
It helps to have dogs, one with a lot of energy. He's a German Shepherd and he's like a year old. So we're going outside and playing, keeping my energy up. Because I found like just getting away from the computer, going out in the sun, you know, like re-energizes. Yeah.
Really, really helps. And now obviously we've got the multi-product creation. What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on tank tops and things like that?
I'm really excited about it because I think we were asking for this like 2 Q4s ago.
I know.
And we got long sleeves, you know. Ooh. But now I think women, I mean, you have the chance of selling to people everywhere for women because they might work out in those clothes, even if it's the dead of winter, they're going to wear a tank top. Then you've got people in, you know, summer season coming up, tank tops. And for those that wonder about like t-shirts selling is good in the winter, people wear t-shirts all year round in Florida. All year round. We do wear hoodies too. Like they're like, oh, who wears hoodies? Well, some places, not here, but other places in the US, it gets chilly at night in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, so
especially if you're camping.
Yeah, you go camping, go in the mountains. I mean, for sure. Yeah, I love it. I think V-necks, tank tops, and now having the pop sockets in the same thing, because I was kind of like, screw pop sockets, you know. That's too much time, too much trouble, and now I'm like, oh, it's just so easy.
Yeah, but I think you need to be careful with keywords and how you address the audience when you have pop sockets bundled with t-shirts and all the rest.
I was talking about that with my YouTube audience yesterday about like, because a lot of people thought I meant that you can't have like shirt in your title, and I wasn't saying that. I was saying that you have to be careful, like you're saying, because if you got a pop socket there, do you want it to say shirt in the pop socket title? You know?
Yeah, I mean it will add pop socket, it will append it automatically, but when you're talking to the audience, so for example, perfect to wear for, you know, when you're camping, you can't say perfect to wear if it's a pop socket, because it will be, those bullets will be added to the pop socket as well. So you should emit those or avoid those kind of references in your bullets, so that it's it works for all of the products you see.
Yep, I
think that's
rephrased
the
a
only.
bunch
I
of
think
mine.
that's the only thing really that
Yeah.
bugs me, to be honest. But apart from that, it's great. It's
It would be
amazing.
nice if it omitted it just automatically, like
Mm.
knowing that shirt doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, that's probably next level stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we're asking too much now.
Awesome. So I think we should wrap it up. It's over an hour just now. Let's have a look if we've got any final question. By the way, guys, I'm gonna leave Amy's channel on the description. I forgot to add it. I'm gonna add it there. So you guys go ahead, subscribe, check what she's got to say. She's got some amazing stuff. And yeah, 100%. I'm gonna do it in a bit. So Lester Jones said, Alan and Amy, do you guys use listing templates in Excel for each niche and then just copy and paste? No, we don't do that. We just use Merch Informa Lister.
Mhm. Yeah, we like to write our listings fresh every time. I used to do that, and it just felt like this keywords got stale after a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, totally. How many niches do you expect your VAs to present in an hour through research? I don't use a VA, so that's a question for Amy.
Niches, my VA that does just niche research, she does about 20 in half an hour. And then I've got her doing KDP now for me too. So that might take her about an hour because KDP is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, about 20 and a half an hour. So, 30, 40 an hour.
Okay.
I think that's fair,
Yeah.
I don't want her just like, oh, everything's selling on the first page. Let's put all that in. I taught her some different things about how we're looking, to go in depth, and she's been really good at it.
That's brilliant. Can you talk a little about your pricing strategies? What's your pricing strategy, briefly, Amy? So you start with 19.99, or do you start low? Or
I used to be on the higher end, yeah, 18.99, 19.99. But now with having a different goal, and I think you should always address like, what do I want from merch, right?
Yeah.
Right now, my goal is tiering up for Q4, so I'm got like a way more slots, right? So
Yeah.
lowering prices has become a very important part of my day.
Yeah.
Starting prices low to begin with, maybe like giving myself a tiny bit of profit, not a lot of profit. I certainly would like to make more money, but I'm like, I just need the sales right now.
Yeah. For me, I price according to competition. So if competition is high, it doesn't make any sense pricing high. If competition is low, then you can go a little bit more. But certainly keeping competition at the back of my mind whenever I do anything. That's really what it is. I don't think it's wise to go in straight away with a 90 and 99 unless you're the only person in that niche at the top, and there's maybe a few other people. So yeah, I think you should price based on competition and move with the times. Tier 10, can I design for new ideas without resorting to pre-existing designs on Amazon? I'm at tier 10, can I design for new ideas without resorting to pre-existing designs on Amazon? Yes, you can, but it would be a long process. I mean, what do you think, Amy?
I think if you want to try these amazing 10 designs that you might have already done or have in your head, try it on like Redbubble or TeePublic or something, but go with what's working on merch, because a lot of people get discouraged. They're like, why am I not making sales? Well, you're designing for what you like, not for the audience.
People want something, they are in the market to look for something that's already popular, that they like. So you need to find out what people like, what people are spending their money into at the moment, what they are giving their attention to, and give them a more unique perspective. And I think that's the best way. If you come up with something totally different, they've never heard of, they're not emotionally invested in that idea, then I'm not sure how it's going to work. Personally, I do unique stuff that's not already there, and it's less successful than what's already in Merch by Amazon. But what's already in Merch by Amazon, I bring in a totally different perspective, and that's not copying. That's just doing something different, So, for example, if you look at Samsung versus Apple, do you think Samsung came with a brand new idea? with their phones? No, they copied Apple, didn't they? Everything that Apple does, they copy. Samsung copy it, right?
Yep.
So it's like that, isn't it? That's business.
It's business.
It's business, isn't it?
Right.
It's business. I think it's about time that we draw close to this live. It's been awesome having you on the show, Amy. It's been brilliant.
Great.
How did you find it?
It was fun. I appreciate everybody interacting and a lot of people watching. We got 69 people. That's great. Thank you for allowing me to be the first guest on your amazing new show.
Listen, it's been fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed the interaction with people, and I hope they can see that we give them value, that we're not holding any information back. We're just giving you guys what we believe is the right thing for us and for you guys. You know, we're not selling you anything. We just want you to benefit. And like I was saying to Amy, there's enough wealth in the world, and by us sharing with you guys, it's not going to decrease from our wealth. And if you guys benefit from what we have to say, then it makes us happy, because we can see that we're contributing in a positive way to the wider world, isn't it? And before we all go, subscribe to Amy's channel. I'm going to leave it in the description shortly. She's got some amazing stuff. And leave any suggestions, anything you guys want to suggest, any comments, that'll be great. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Salute.